Another Friday, y'all. What's going on? Let me get a couple of groups up. Get everybody, involved. You know how I do, baby. I get them involved. Yeah, my sister Daisy, what's up, mommy? Your brother loves you, you know that, baby. And I missed your ass. I want to hug you. I wish I could hug you through the screen right now. Much love, sis. Benny Bellotto in the building. Oh my God, we got Low checking in early. Like I told y'all check in early, I'll give it up. Don't wait till I'm operating. When I'm operating, it's too late. It's like a doctor. You can't interrupt a doctor while he's doing surgery. So don't interrupt me when I'm working. B Ford in the building, baby. That's the OG right there, baby. He's trying to get at that fourth round. Real talk. Y'all better keep your heads up. B4 is coming, baby. Brian Breezy in the building. Oh, man, all my loved ones coming through, man. That's why every time y'all come in early, I told y'all I'm going to give it up to y'all. Steve Levine, the leader of the pack. 6 wins. Everybody got 5 and 4. Steve Levine, a.k.a. the Ghost, leading the pack, baby. Yeah, let me shout everybody out before we start the show, man. TGI Friday. I hope everybody's enjoying a Friday. Just chill out, man. Don't do nothing stupid. Don't do nothing to get locked up. Enjoy your life as much as you could, man. Don't take as many risks as you used to. That's how I try to do it. There's always going to be a risk, but you try to limit your risk, and you try to stay on the right path as much as possible. I'm not here trying to preach, man. I'm here keeping it a buck with y'all, man. Yeah, man, this is the beginning of the show, guys who are new, who tune in. I like to give people shout-outs they respect for tapping in. That's just the way I do it. I'm different from everybody else. Like I think 2 Chainz said, man, I'm different, man. And that's real talk, man. Yeah, we're going to start the show in a little while. Let me just continue to shout the people out. We got MG Raider in the building. We're going to take care of games to watch, etc. JK in the building. Let me salute. Salute to JK as always, to the family. Hope everybody's doing well, man. Gerald Hill in the building. Everybody that come in, I'm going to shout you out before the show starts, man. Yeah, okay, we getting to that time. Like I said, guys, enjoy your weekend. Don't do too much. That's the key. Don't do too much. Have fun. No drinking and driving. That's my favorite fucking saying. No drinking and driving. Hold up, Benny's saying something. Roberto Clemente Day. Rest in peace. Let me give it up to Roberto Clemente. You ain't lying about that. One of the greatest Puerto Rican baseball players. Matter of fact, you know how Eminem is one of the best rappers? He's not just one of the best white rappers. He's one of the best rappers in general. Roberto Clemente is one of the best baseball players in general. Fuck saying for Puerto Ricans in general. Yeah, man. Yeah. What up, Gerald? I'm just doing what I do, man. Okay, guys. Let me start with the message of the day. Then we're going to start the show. Let me take the Arnold Schwarzeneggers off. I need y'all to pay attention. Every time I give you guys a message of the day, this is real shit. I don't play around with the message of the day. I dig deep in my membrane and I snatch up all the factual shit that I learned from older cats. This ain't all me. This is shit that was inherited to me. Sometimes I create my shit, but a lot of it has been inherited. Let me say it correct. Okay, let me see what Brian's saying. It's fitting that we playing the Pirates this weekend. Oh yeah, good point, Brian. And it looked like a Freaky Friday because you see Torres just dropped that shit. They gonna lose today. I can already tell the way it's set up. All right, let's go to the message of the day, guys. A man who never keeps his word is not a man. He's a lying motherfucker who gets zero respect. Let me repeat that. I want y'all to understand this. And if y'all living like this, y'all better make change fast. A man that doesn't keep his word is not a man. He might be a male, but he's not a man. Step your game up. Learn how to follow your word, man. I keep telling y'all, the only thing you can take to your grave is your word. Whether you honor or whether you stand by your word. That's why I try to do those things as much as possible. I was taught by elders. And you either hate me or you love me, because the ones who hate me are the ones that keep it, they're fake with it. And the ones who love me is the ones that keep it real with it. So it's going to be like 50-50, maybe 70-30 of the fakes. Because a lot of people get over in this world by lying to other people. That's how they get over on people, and they get a step up because they got to lie. They can't keep it 100, and all that shit catches up to them. So let me start the show, man. Al York Sports, man. MG Raider on deck. The raw truth. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. Trust me. I'm never gonna fail y'all. I'm never gonna give y'all lack of hustle, lack of ability, lack of bringing it to the table. You're never gonna get that from me. I might fuck up, but I'm gonna fuck up going hard. Always remember that. That's why I don't care who I take on. I take on anybody in this industry. I'm not a rapper, so I can't take on rappers, but I can take on sports dudes that think they know they shit. That's why I'm always saying, just bring it. Stephanie Clay in the building, Minnesota Vikings. Okay, let's get to the show. Oh, baby. Damn, I'm amped up, man. I'm hoping everybody is going to have a nice weekend, have plans for the weekend, because it's going to get real, man. Okay, go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Continue to do the good work, y'all. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death. Let me call that Nueva York. To all of y'all that don't know what that means, like my whites and my brothers, that's all that's saying is New York in Spanish. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Sam the Man from M Studios, Price Tag Entertainment and Media, Cycle Breakers with my brother John Figueroa, who I got to get up with. Mac 1 Beats, man. That beat you just heard right now is Mac 1, man. Y'all need your beats, go see my boy, man. And open sessions and giveaways. And like I keep telling y'all, the more, the merrier. Let's start this show, man. We're going to start off with the New York Jets. I wanted to make a video for you on Tuesday, but I said, you know what, I'm going to keep it to Friday because I'm going to hear everybody's perspective before I give the Al York perspective. This whole Jet team built around Aaron Rodgers. Now, they had some players already there, but the ones that they thought would not fit with Aaron, and the guys who thought they wouldn't fit, they actually be traded, one retired. The moral of the story is, this dude gets hurt on the 4th offensive play of the game. We ain't even see him throw a nice pass. And I understand shit happens, because somebody said the other day, yo, Al, shit happens. This ain't supposed to happen, man. Listen, man, I don't give a fuck, man. At least play the whole fucking game. Not on the 4th offensive play. And it looked like nothing because, damn, I forgot the guy's name. He's out of the Rams. Floyd. Leonard Floyd went after him. He blitzed, right? He came from the linebacker position. Aaron spinned around on him. And Floyd just basically touched him, maybe with a little weight. Now, I understand his foot got, caught up in that artificial turf, whatever that may be. And when it stood there and his body turned over, you seen something snap. Like I showed a slow motion thing of the Aaron Rodgers play. You seen something snap. It's just unfortunate for the New York Jet fans who had to deal with horrible quarterbacks for years. And guys just not panning out. Sam Darnold, Wilson, all these guys that they try to get that just didn't pan out. White. You get your quarterback, and on the 4th play, 4th offensive play, you out for the season. You got like 114 M's. From my understanding, he worked something out with the Jets where he made a lot of that money free to get acquisitions, but the Jets got to give him that money back. It ain't like he surrendered it. He just pushed it on some later shit. So no matter how you cut it, he stole a year. And I know he's injured. I get it. That's part of the game. But not on the 4th offensive play in game 1. I know the Jet fans are feeling sick. I love the young boy. I love the young boy Zach. I loved him out of BYU, but he hasn't shown me anything on the NFL field. Now, I'm not saying he can't get it right because they're so talented around the ball, offense, defense, their running game. All he has to do is game manage. But this is the problem. Forget about the Super Bowl shit. There ain't going to be no Super Bowl. Now, I'm hearing rumors. I mean, not big rumors, but they trying to talk to Tom. I don't know how true is that. That's why I don't like giving up shit unless I really know. But I'm hearing they trying to reach out to Tom. I'm just going to leave it like that until I get more information. Too bad for the New York Football Jets. Hopefully, they can get something going, man, with Zach Wilson. Hopefully. Other news. Yeah, let me bring up a sad situation. NBA, Houston Rockets guard Kevin Porter Jr. allegedly attacked his girlfriend in a New York City hotel and fractured her neck vertebra. My man, Ray Rice, two-pieced his. There's some next level shit. You fracturing her neck vertebra? What you did? You dope fiend, huh? I mean, I ain't trying to be funny. Listen, lady, this ain't funny. But how do you fracture your girl's neck vertebra is what I'm saying. How does that happen? You have to be choking her and on some upside down shit or something. Kid played well last year. That's the sad thing. He averaged 19.2, 5.3, 5.7 rebounds. You basically gave up your career, bro, because that hitting woman shit, you're not getting away with it. Domestic is not a game. And the extent that you apply, you know what I'm saying, that roughness on her, like, to come on, to fracture her neck, dog, you did too much. There ain't no other way to put it. I'm all right with him being banned because you got to stop hitting the ladies, guys. That is not the move, and it never was the move. And if we did it in the past, even me, if I participated in the past, it was in the past. That shit, you can't do that no more. You just can't. No matter what the situation. You can catch you with a dude making out. I know a lot of time we want to knock a dude, can't even do that. You got to let that be. Just let it be and move on. And I just hope the best for this young boy, because my understanding, he's about 23 years old or 25, and this is a big charge he got against him, and he was starting to play some ball. Other news. Yankees end up losing the Martian, Jason Dominguez, for the rest of the season, which, you know, if you're going to be out, let it be now. I don't want to make a playoff run. I just want to see the young guys play and then prepare for next year. I don't care if we 5 games out, 7, 5. Listen, I don't want to make the playoffs with the team we got. We're going to get smoked in the first round anyway. I just want to see the young guys. We know what we've seen out of the Martian. Let him get healthy. He's going to get Tommy John on his right elbow. Like, that's a pitching. That's a guy that pitches injury, and he's like an outfielder, so this is kind of weird. I never really heard of an outfielder really getting a Tommy John, but they say he getting Tommy John. Salute to Dominguez, coming up, showing us what he's capable of doing, and hopefully he can come back stronger than ever. Salute to the Martian. Get well. Other news. Texas Rangers will be missing Max Scherzer for the rest of the season, and this is big because you lost Jason DeGrom, who's a beast. You get Scherzer. Suge Knight in the building. I see you. Even though I'm doing surgery, Suge, I'm still able to call you out. 13-6, 3.77. Scherzer, future Hall of Famer. Spelled DeGrom. The Rangers were doing really bad about 2 weeks ago. They just sprung off 6, 7 wins in a row. They like 1 game behind their division, if I'm correct. I didn't write it down, but me just memorizing it. And the wild card is right there. This is the problem, though. If they get in, they don't have enough pitching. I mean, I like Evaldi. I like him. But we all know he's not a number 1. He's a number 2, number 3. I like Montgomery to pick up. Another number 2, number 3. And then you got Gray, Haney. That's not going to do it. I don't care how much you hit in the rock. You needed to have DeGrom or Scherzer to be the ace. And you lost both of them via injury. So I'm telling y'all right now, Texas make the playoff. They be lucky to get through a round. But that's all. A lot of people had them in futures to win it all, you can throw that out the window. Other news. Give me a minute, MG Raider. I'm going to call you up. Marcus Stroman is back for the Chicago Cubs. He won't be starting. They're going to use him out the bullpen, a.k.a. the Stroman. I love Marcus Stroman, but unfortunately, he can only be long relief or maybe come in the 7th, 8th inning, which is all right because the Cubs got their pitching. Stroman would add depth to the bullpen, and I think if they get the right team, if the Cubs can make it, they probably could clear series. But if they just make it in, they're going to have to play one of the top-notch teams, and they'd be lucky. But listen, Cubs making the playoff is a huge story. Just them making it is huge to get the playoffs back in Chicago. Okay, where you at, bro? Let me get my man MG Raider in. I had another topic. I'm going to put it to pause to get my boy in. MG Raider, where you at? Okay, here we go. Give me a minute, guys. Don't go nowhere. We got a lot of show left. Oh, this guy's been hot. Like, usually it takes me 3-4 attempts to get him in. I've been able to get him on one attempt. What's up, baby?
What's up, Al? How you doing? Can you hear me okay?
Let me put the plugs on.
It's all good.
I'll be hoping I can, but I can't. Hello?
Can you hear me okay?
Oh, I hear you. Perfect,
Excellent.
brother. How you doing today, good brother?
Excellent. Let's go, man. Football season.
Okay, I want to thank you, and I'm gonna let everybody know for being available last minute because I could do the show on my own, but I don't want to do it on my own. I'd rather have another guy with me so we could go back and forth with it. And I know that you're a busy man and you made it happen, so I'm letting you know I appreciate you for that.
Salute, for sure.
Okay,
let's go.
Okay, my brother, let's get it going. Let's go to Philadelphia as the Eagles defeated the Minnesota Vikings yesterday, 34-28 on Thursday Night Football. Now, the game wasn't intriguing at all. I mean, it was fun to watch if you're a numbers guy, if you got the totals, if you had personal prop bets, but the game was like so separated. It was like 27-7 at one time. And fortunately, me and my man got lucky. We had +7. I thought we lost, and Minnesota covered with that last touchdown, which is called backdoor touchdown. Yeah. Now, my question to you, they fumbled the ball 4 times. Now they 0-2 after starting 11-0 last year. What's your take on the Minnesota Vikings before we go to the game?
I mean, they don't look good. Their run defense looks terrible.
He did yesterday.
I mean, they let Swift run for 175 yards. I think that's his career high.
Right.
And those are some great runs he ran. Not to take anything away from DeAndre Swift, but Vikings just did not look good. They didn't look very comfortable on offense, at least in the first half either. So I don't want to say too much to not get into the game, but the Vikings certainly don't look the way they looked last year.
Now, one thing I could say, I hate using the word if, because if my sister had balls, she'd be a man, right? But if Justin Jefferson don't fumble at the 1-yard line, they go into halftime with a lead. I thought that was a huge momentum change. And then right after that, they end up giving up a 61-yard field goal that added to insult. So my thing is they just playing with bad luck, taking nothing from Kirk Cousins. Let me give you some Kirk Cousins numbers because I also had him on a prop bet. 31 for 44, 364 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, and we got to start getting on Eagles' pass defense because Mac Jones lit them up last week.
Yep.
So that's going to be a problem for them in the beginning of the season as it is right now. But Madison had 8 rushes for 28 yards. I don't know why Minnesota didn't re-sign Cook. Madison is a baby version of Cook. They have no real running back, so you're going to see a lot of Kirk throwing. Justin Jefferson, 11 receptions, 159 yards, and that incredible major fumble he had right before the half that, to me, turned the game around. Let me give you some Eagle numbers, and then we're going to talk about the game, and then we're going to move on. Jalen Hurts, 18 for 23, 193, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Like you said, DeAndre Swift, hell of a game, 28 rushes, 175 yards. Though I like Swift in Detroit. Now, I'm not saying they made a mistake by not re-signing him because the young boy Gibbs is good, and they also got Montgomery, so they kind of flip-flop, really good backs. And then last but not least, Devontae Smith, 4 receptions, 131 yards, and that big bomb touchdown he ended up catching as the Eagles rolled 34-28 to go 2-0. Your take on the Eagles, and then we'll move on.
Well, first, my take on the game. That was one of the worst first quarters I've ever seen in a game. The turnovers back, I think at one point, the team never got more than 10 yards because they kept on turning the ball over, fumbling the ball, interceptions. It was just horrible to watch. Now, finally, somebody started getting cooking. And, man, I just love to watch Jalen Hurts play. I love the way he plays quarterback. I remember watching that kid at Alabama when he was benched in the second half of the national championship for Tua Tagovailoa. And, you know, I thought I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to come back from that, but he sure has. And he looks really good. And I'll tell you this. Yes, the Eagles' defense is a little bit weak, but as long as they can keep on putting up those points and keep that running game going, and he doesn't have to win games. He just has to manage the games. And I feel like he's playing like that with that type of quarterback maturity that is going to take them far. I don't think they're as powerful as they were last year, but I think as a team, they are stronger. I'm a little bit concerned about the Vikings, and I wasn't sure how they're going to come in. This is the second time. This is the second week in a row they've looked good, but their game's choppy. They don't have a consistent, cohesive game plan quarter to quarter. Now, not too many teams do, but this is the second game in a row where we've seen one Vikings look in the first half or the second half, and another Vikings look in the first half or second half too. There's 4 Vikings teams in the last 2 games. Which team is going to come out and be the team that actually plays 4 quarters? We don't know. We'll have to go on to week 3 to find out who the Vikings are, because after the last 2 weeks of watching the Vikings, I don't know who they are.
Right. But one thing I can hit off.
The Vikings did everything they could possibly as a team to lose the game last night. So in conclusion, I really don't know how strong the Eagles are either, because the Vikings literally fumbled the game away.
No, they did. They did. And like you hit on earlier, they can't stop the run, and they don't have a running game. I'm still befuddled how you don't sign Cook. I think he had 1,300 yards. The guy is a significant running back. He could catch the ball out the backfield. He didn't want all the money. He just wanted a regular bag. And now they're going to suffer because Madison is not the fucking answer.
Correct.
And what that's going to leave Kirk Cousins throwing the ball like a million times. And you know he wear them tiny-ass shoulder pads. It ain't going to be for so long before they knock him out. And I don't mean the game. They're going to knock him out for like 3-4 games, because he's going to be top liver back there since they got no running game. They're going to be very predictable, unlike the Eagles, that you don't know what they're going to do. The Eagles can run it 8 straight times on you and throw it 7 straight times. Not Minnesota. That's why they're going to lose games, because like you said, which team is going to show up? Not only that, they're very predictable. So we'll catch up more on these both teams next week or the week after. Let's go to the plays, the games of the week. I know you're going to like this because, and you know, the games that I pick ain't necessarily the games of the week. I just try to pick the games that I think are going to be really good. And I'm going to start off with the first game, which is the Seattle Seahawks at the Detroit Lions. I think it's going to be some fireworks in this game. The line is -5 for the Lions. Let me give you some numbers from last week. Geno Smith, 16 for 26, 112 yards. 1 touchdown in the loss against the Rams, 30-13, which they played horrible. Pete Carroll did not have these boys ready to play the Rams. He looked by the Rams and probably was looking at the Lions, and the Rams went up there and disrespected them. K. Williams, the third, 12 rushes, 64 yards. Metcalf, 3 receptions, 47 yards, 1 touchdown. Horrible. And on the Lions, who won that Thursday night at Kansas City, Goff, 22 for 35, 253, 1 touchdown. Montgomery, 21 rushes, 74 yards, 1 touchdown. Jay Reynolds, 4 receptions, 80 yards. St. Brown, 6 for 71, a touchdown. Who you like in this game and why?
Well, I like the Lions in this game. I think the score is going to be it's going to be about 28-24.
I agree. Why I like the Lions, I agree. I think the Seattle covers though. But go ahead.
I'm not sure if Seattle's going to cover.
Yeah,
Seattle's going to cover. Yeah.
That's +5.
So. Well, the reason why I like Aiden Hutchinson, man. That kid is good. The home field. If this game was in Seattle, I think the other way. This game is in Detroit. They're coming off a pretty strong showing on the Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. And I think that, hey, man, Jared Goff, as much as people don't like him, he's thrown 359 passes without throwing an interception, dating back to last year.
No, Goff got close to a record thing going.
It's almost an NFL record. So he's playing some ball. He's playing safe. Like I said before about Jalen Hurts learning to manage the game, Jared Goff has learned to manage the game. He looks like a veteran quarterback. The Detroit Lions are a solid team. I know everybody was clowning the head coach when he first became the head coach in that first press conference because he was talking some yang and it didn't make no sense. But, he's starting to come together pretty nicely. And like Ryan Clark said last week, Dan Campbell's the kind of guy as a player, he was like, I'll do whatever you want me to do, coach. Yeah. And we see that. I think that kind of sentiment is going to come in again this week against the Seahawks. That's what he's going to demand out of the players. I want you guys to do whatever you guys have to do to win this game. Seattle does have a chance to win this. The funniest play of all of last week was Aaron Donald going after Geno Smith and Geno Smith saying, "Oh my God!" And I think that is going to be the sentiment that is going to be echoed again because it's going to be, "Oh my God!" when Geno Smith sees Aiden Hutchinson coming at him from the edge, boy, he's going to throw that ball away a couple times. I think Aiden Hutchinson is going to have at least 2 sacks this game. If he does, I think that's how we're going to get that score. Seattle and Detroit are going to put up big numbers. Yeah. But I think Detroit Lions have a better defense. They're going to hold Seattle off probably on their last possession. 28-24 is my call.
Right. Geno's going to show out this week. He had a really bad opening game. Bottom line, he wasn't prepared. I think Geno went up there last year and lit him up. I see the same thing, but I see a different final. I see the Lions finding a way, but without covering the spread. Okay, let's go to our next game here. You're going to love this one. The Raiders versus the Buffalo Bills. The line is -8.5. It's a tall line at Buffalo. Let me give you last week's stats. The Raiders beat the Denver Broncos. Good call on that. I said they were going to cover. You said they will find a way to win. But I was also right on Jimmy G only getting 200 yards. You said like 300. I knew he wasn't going to throw for that much. But you know what? You got the right side. You said they will win. Good call on that. Jimmy G went 20 for 26, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Josh Jacobs, 19 rushes, 48 yards. Jacoby Myers. I told people this guy's going to show out this year, bro. Unfortunately, he's on protocol right now. He might not suit up for this game here, Mark G. I don't know if it's 100%. Maybe you know more than me. But from what I heard, he might. And that's big because if he doesn't play, they're going to double team Adams, and somebody else is going to have to show out. But Jacoby Myers, 9 reception, 81 yards, 2 big touchdowns. And now let's go to Buffalo, who lost to the Jets in that crazy game on Monday night. They had no reason losing that game. Up 10 at half. Aaron Rodgers out. All the momentum, and they found a way to lose. Josh Allen went 29 for 41, 236, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. James Cook, 12 rushes, 46 yards, and Stephon Diggs, 10 receptions, 102 yards, 1 touchdown. What you think, what you see in this game right here at Buffalo?
Well, I'm hesitant. I'm going to go against the experts on this game. I got the Raiders winning 27-24.
Damn, you got them winning?
Yeah, I got the Raiders winning.
Wow.
I think Jimmy G's, his quick release and decision-making, he's going to put Hunter Renfrow in play. And Hunter Renfrow is bound to have a good game against the Bills secondary.
I love Third and Renfrow.
And based upon what happened to the Bills with their rushing defense last week, I think Josh Jacobs is bound to have one of those great games this week. Now, here's the problem with the Raiders away. They're 5-9 in the last 14 games against the spread, but then the Bills are 0-4 against the spread in the last 4 games. So we have a numbers conflict with regards to how people are looking at this game, at least from the betting side. I think that the Raiders secondary is much improved from last year, and I think we're going to see some. I think Josh Allen is turnover prone. He's a gunslinger and a runner, and he's going to turn the ball over. I'm looking at the Raiders having +2 on the turnover column. I don't need Jimmy G to throw for 300. I need him to play an identical game as he did last game. I think that Adams is going to suit up, but he is hurt as well. Myers probably not. That means, next up has to step
Because that
up.
concussion, they serious with that concussion stuff. Stephanie, what happened with Tua last year? But
and I haven't heard that he cleared protocols yet, so we'll see. It's up. He has till tomorrow, so that's hopefully something will happen. But I'm expecting Hunter Renfrow to have a breakout game because he had no catches last week, and that's not like Hunter Renfrow. I'm not sure if and the coach kind of said McDonald kind of said something funny. He was like, "Well, the ball went where the ball went."
Right.
You got to get Hunter Renfrow involved in the game. He's your slot receiver. He's the key to moving the chains along with Josh Jacobs. If you can get that two-headed monster going and still have that threat of Adams everywhere on the field, I think the Raiders are going to be able to pull out an upset victory against the Bills. They won on the road a division game, which was a very close game. A game that ended where the defense stopped the Broncos. Where the defense stopped the Broncos on their last drive, and the Raiders took over the ball with 5 minutes left in the Broncos stadium and kept that ball. I can't say I've never seen that. I haven't seen that kind of ball control and time management from the Raiders in I don't know how long. Maybe my boy Gerald Hill can tell me from Oakland. When's the last time we've seen that in Oakland or on away games? We haven't seen that kind of 5-minute drag out of a game. And the way Josh Jacobs on that last play blocked the linebacker who was rushing, and Jimmy G was able to get that first down and slide in bounds. That was beautiful football. That's football IQ, great execution. This is a Raiders team that we haven't seen in a minute. So I'm looking at the Raiders to defeat the Buffalo Bills 27-24.
Right. Well, one thing I can say about Jimmy G, he's going to take a lot of the game he learned from Shanahan and Frisco, where he's definitely going to ball control, game manage, and not give the game away as we've seen Derek Carr do on numerous occasions. I like Carr, but Carr gave away a lot of games. I think Jimmy G don't do that. Now, the team can't do stupid shit like an offensive lineman, push a guy over after a first down and they bring him back 15 yards, or the defense get a third down stop and then they do a stupid clown play. Now the other team got an automatic first down. That's the Raiders for you. But it seems like they're going in the direction where they're going to eliminate those little stupid-ass plays, especially with McDaniel coming out of the Patriots, where the Patriots don't play that shit. So hopefully that can start to rub off on your Raiders, which is looking like early. Let's see if you guys can continue it. My prediction, Bills find a way to win, but the Raiders cover the 8.5 points. If I had a gun in my head, maybe 28-21 Bills, but the Raiders cover the spread. Well, all right, let's go to the next game. We got about 4 games left. I know you like the Raiders.
Let me tell you one last thing. The Raiders stayed on the East Coast this week. They were practicing in West Virginia. Usually it's a cross-country trip. They lose a day of practice. They didn't do so. That's why I'm picking the Raiders essentially as my tipping point to win a close game against the Bills, because that distance traveled and that time change is not going to be as effective for the Bills as it usually is when Mark Davis pulled the team back to the West Coast and flew them back to the East Coast for a double East Coast game. So that's going to be the key to the game.
Well, I heard you say that the AFC East is one of the toughest divisions.
Yeah.
I don't think Buffalo's starting 0-2. I'm just going to put that out there. Okay, let's go to game number 3, games to watch. 0-1 Kansas City Chiefs versus the 1-0 Jacksonville Jaguars. Let me go to the prior game, Thursday night. Chiefs lost to the Lions, like I said, 21-20. Mahomes, 21 for 39, 226, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Mahomes also led in rushing, which ain't good. 6 rushes, 45 yards. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 2 receptions, 48 yards. That is not a Kansas City Chiefs game at all. And then we're going to go to the Jaguars, who went to Indianapolis and beat them. And they were down late in the fourth quarter and went on a 14-0 run late to not only win the game, cover the spread. Sunshine went 24 for 32. You also called that they will cover the spread. That was a good call. 241, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Travis Etienne Jr., 18 rushes, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. And Calvin Ridley, that I told people last year, who got disqualified for the NFL for gambling, one of the fastest receivers besides Tyreek Hill, had a huge game for game 1, 8 receptions, 101 yards, 1 touchdown. and they already loving Ridley over there with Jacksonville. That's already an upgrade. And this, like I said, this game here, plus 3.5 for the Jaguars. Who you like and why?
Well, I would love to pick the Jaguars, honestly, with my heart, because I hate the Chiefs with all my heart. I'm an AFC West guy, so I don't like the Chiefs. But I cannot I'm not rooting for them. I'm just saying Chris Jones and Travis Kelce are playing this weekend. That changes the whole dynamic of the Chiefs. When Kelsey's not in, the offense struggles because that's a 50% weapon that's taken away from the quarterback that he did not have. And honestly, that made a big difference.
You got the leader on offense and the leader on defense playing. Like I said, beside Mahomes. Kelsey's the leader after Mahomes.
I think it's going to be I still think that Sunshine's going to play an even better game than he did game one. I think the Jags defense is tough. They're just not tough enough to stop the creativity of Mahomes. And Mahomes Kelsey swag is just going to be too much. It's going to be a close game because Jags are at home, I believe.
Right.
And so I'm thinking it's going to be like 21-18, low scoring game. But the Chiefs are going to pull it out. Now, if they start 0-2, I would love that. I hope to be wrong, but my NFL just brain in me just says they're not going to start 0-2.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think so. They said Tony's out, but Tony dropped 3 key passes. He's not getting a rock anyway, like you said.
He's
Mahomes,
out.
Yeah, Mahomes is going to freeze him up anyway, put him on pause. But it's good to hear Kelsey's back. Not only that, they lost, so they're going to come with a different spirit. But Jacksonville is real. I just think it's a bad spot for them. If I had the gun in my head, I would say KC wins by like 3, where Jacksonville covers the spread, but KC wins the game. That's just my opinion. Let's go to the next game. 1-0 Baltimore Ravens versus the 0-1 Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are minus 3.5. Let me give you last week's number. Ravens beat Houston 25-9. It was 7-6 at half. They blew them out at halftime. Lamar Jackson, 17 for 22, 169. No touchdowns, a pick. Lamar Jackson led in rushing, 6 rushes, 38 yards. And Zay Flowers, who I love this young boy, 9 receptions, 78 yards. That receiving core in Baltimore sick with Beckham, Flowers, and Bateman. Them guys all on the fly are the toughest 3, I might say, right now in the NFL. I mean, you could put Minnesota's wide receivers with them. And maybe the Lions, but I know right now these guys are tough. Now let's go to the Bengals, who had a horrible opening week. Joe Burrow got the bag and then shit at the bed. How you get the bag and shit the bed in like 2 days? You know what I'm saying? Like, they lost 24-3. They play horrible with Cleveland. Cleveland kind of own them. Joe Burrow, 14 for 31, 82 yards. So if you're a prop better, you might want to take Joe Burrow over on touchdowns and over on yards, because the kid's coming out this week, especially with Baltimore with all those hurt players. They got 5 hurt players. I just don't know how many on offense and defense. Joe Mixon, 13 for 56. Jamar Chase, 5 receptions, 39 yards. You could take all these guys over. I call them the triple J's between Joe, and Jamar. I mean, these guys, I think they're coming out this week. Gun in my head, bro. I like the Bengals in this game, but talk to us.
I'm going to have to agree with you. I have the Bengals 26, the Ravens 21, to my boy Gerald Hill's chagrin, because he moved from Oakland to Baltimore. So he's a Raven fan. And here's why. The injuries are pretty significant. Even though the Bengals gave up 45 yards to Deshaun Watson last week, they're likely to give up more. I would say if that line was actually healthy, they would have given up 90 to 100 yards to Lamar Jackson. But Lamar's going to have to throw his way out of this one, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do so, because the Bengals are very motivated, and I know that Joe Burrow does not play well against the Bengals. We know that. We know from the last 3 seasons.
Hold up. Against the Browns, but I know what you meant.
No, against Joe Burrow does not play well against the Ravens. Sorry.
Okay, but he also don't play good against the Browns either.
Well, his QBR in the last 4 games against the Ravens has been less than mid. But I'll say this: Joe Burrow went and got a haircut because he needed to change some things, and he's coming to the game in his LSU jersey. So I expect him, like you said, to have a huge game. I expect the Bengals to bounce back. They do not want to start 0-2 in that division. This is a division game. They don't want to be 0-2. That's not good for them. This is a very competitive division. along with the AFC East and the AFC West. You don't want to be going into week 3 0-2 with some more division games or even cross division or conference games. So there's a lot of importance on the Bengals end. I'm not saying it's not the same with the Ravens, but I just think the Bengals got this one, man. 26-21 Bengals.
Y'all like the Bengals? Real quick, don't Joe Burrow look like Home Alone? The little guy in Home Alone. I mean, he's just like a big version of him. Okay, let's go to our next game real quick.
He's a dog, though. Don't get it twisted.
No, I know you love because he played in LSU. I get it, dog. But I love Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow anyway. Okay, let's go to game number 5. We're doing 6 games, and then I got to give out the free picks. We got to be quick because I probably got about 7 minutes. Miami Dolphins 1-0 versus the Patriots 0-1. Miami went to Charger World, beat them something like 34-31. I didn't write the score down, but I know it was something like a 3-point win, something like that. Tua went nuts. Whoever doubted Tua, you got to give that man his respect. 28 for 45, 468, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Raheem Mostert, San Francisco 49er guy, 10 rushes, 37 yards, 1 TD, and I'm hearing they might get Jonathan Taylor, but that's another topic. And Tyreek Hill, 11 receptions, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that big bomb that I don't know how the Chargers let him get behind that defense with a fucking 4-point lead. Yeah, with a 4-point lead, they let Tyreek Hill get behind that fucking defense. That was the dumbest play. You don't let a speedster get behind you. You keep him in front of you, and that's why they lost that game. Now let's go to the Patriots that lost 25-20 to the Eagles. Eagles went out early 16-zip on 2 big miscues. No matter what they did, the Patriots still should have won the game. Multiple chances late. Mac Jones, 35 for 54, 316, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Ezekiel Elliott, 7 rushes, 29 yards. He better do better than that. And Kendrick Bourne, 6 receptions, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns. Who wins this game right here between the Chargers and the Patriots? The line is -2.5 for the Chargers. I mean, for Miami. For Miami. Let me say it correct. Miami -2.5 versus the Patriots.
I think they're way off on this one. I think I got the Patriots 27, Miami 17.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's not. It's the score.
You threw me off with that one.
The game is closer than the score, and the difference is, it's the Miami passing, or it's the Patriot passing defense versus the Miami rushing defense. Which vulnerability is going to be the weaker? Miami gave up 245 yards rushing last week, even though they had great offensive numbers. That's a lot right there. And I know Tua plays very well against the zone, and I think Belichick's going to put some nastiness in there with him and put a lot of pressure on him. Tua's going to get hit this game. They're gonna put a body on. Belichick ain't scared to do all that. I mean, this ain't no lovey-dovey, kumbaya love, but next hit Tua takes, it might be the last hit. Belichick's going to bring the heat on that passing game, and they're going to do something special with that zone, even though Tua does thrive against zones. But all I'm saying is this, that rushing defense is horrible for Miami, and I think that's going to make the big difference with Patriots. And Mac Jones, by the way, played very strong. He had a very strong game last week. So I don't think –
Besides that early pick 6, yeah, he did come back in.
Yeah.
And this the thing. He had numbers, but he didn't deliver late in the game either, overthrowing catch. But it was raining, and he did have the numbers, but he didn't close. I didn't like that he didn't close.
Well, and also I like Jonathan Jones for the Patriots. I think he's a solid cornerback, and it's going to knock all that like deep pass shit out. I mean, last week was an anomaly with a not a strong secondary. This week they have all pro cornerback that's going to be stopping. Well, at least trying to limit Tyreek.
Well, Tyreek ain't gonna get over 100 yards. If I know Bill Belichick the way I know Bill Belichick, he's gonna double team Tyreek, try to kick him out the game. Waddle's gonna have to step up. He was a no-show basically last week. I hardly heard Waddle's name, but Waddle could get a big game. But Tua's gonna have to find somebody besides Tyreek, and if he forces their issues, you're gonna see some turnovers. And not only that, like you said earlier, divisional games are tough. 2 on a row. Patriots never lose 2 at home back-to-back, whether it's Brady or whoever, Steve Grogan, whatever. They really good in defending home on back-to-back games. So as much as I like Miami in this contest, I'm going to say the Patriots find a way.
And how did we agree on almost all the games? What, my goodness.
Now, we got
Lord
one
have
day.
mercy.
We got one day that you went a little south on me, but it's all good.
What's up?
Okay, last but not least, after this, I got to move on. I got to give out the free plays and do the spinoff. You're going to like this one. 1-0 Cleveland Browns versus 0-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. Browns in week 1 defeated the Cincinnati Bengals 24-3 as they demolished them at Cleveland, where Deshaun Watson went 16 for 29, 154, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Your boy Nick Chubb, 18 touches, 106 yards, ran wild, and Elijah Moore out of the Jets, 3 receptions, 43 yards, did pretty good, made some big catches as they defeated the Browns 24-3. No, they defeated Cincinnati 24-3. Now the Steelers got annihilated by San Francisco. I was wrong on that game. I thought the Steelers would give them everything they can handle.
We both were wrong.
No, I thought they'd give them everything they can handle. And I'm going to tell you right now, I learned a lot out from Purdy. I thought Purdy, this is a bad situation for him. Purdy looked magnificent. I watched the whole game, and that kid looked magnificent. Ayuk looks bigger. Ayuk looked like he's going to take over that receiving core over Debo. Debo been the man the last couple of years, but I think Ayuk is going to be the guy. Debo, then you got Kittles, and they got a running game with C-Mac. So they are tough. Both on defense, but now we're going to talk about this game. I'm getting lost with the Frisco Niners. Kenny Pickett, 31 for 46, 232, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Najee Harris, 6 rushes, 31 yards, and Allen Robinson III, a guy that the Steelers picked up that a lot of people don't know about, 5 receptions, 64 yards. What's your take on this game here as the Bengals, the Browns right now are still, I think, minus 2.5 in this contest? Who do you like at Pittsburgh? Another divisional game.
Well, the key to this game, you said his name, is Nick Chubb. If Nick Chubb has an identical game from that 120-yard performance he had last week, the Browns are going to win the game. The Steelers struggle when Nick Chubb goes off. But, you know, this game is like a star-studded affair on defense. I mean, you got Myles Garrett on one side, and then you got T.J. Watt on the other.
Woo!
Man, you know, I'm going to have to go with the coaching now. I'm going to have to go with Mike Tomlin, man. One of the winningest coaches in the last 10 years in the NFL. I got the Steelers 27, the Browns 21. I think the Steelers are going to be able to control the ground game on defense and on offense. I think they're going to run a lot more and not have Kenny Pickett doing too much. So he's going to manage the game. And I think Mike Tomlin coaches him up like that. And then I like Tomlin better than I like Stefanski, honestly. Just from ability to make decisions in game and also game plan as well. So, although Stefanski has built a nice team in the Browns, I think Mike Tomlin coaching is going to win this game. They're going to hold Nick Chubb to under 80 yards. I think the left tackle for the Steelers is going to have his handful with Myles Garrett, but I think they're going to, game plan there, put an extra tight end on that side, do whatever they can to protect Pickett. But the Steelers are going to come out on top. Big rushing numbers for the Steelers, low rushing numbers for the Browns, which means Deshaun Watson is going to be running for his life, and I think T.J. Watt is going to eat.
Yeah, you're going to have to eat this game. And one thing you left out, the Steelers own the Cleveland Browns for years. I mean, they totally own this organization. I think Pickett's going to do a lot better. I think defensively they're going to get off the field. Now, if they don't get off the field, they're going to lose. They're not going to lose like they lost last week, but the Browns are serious. You keep the Browns in this game, they'll take this game. Deshaun Watson looked like he's coming with a vengeance right now. He looked really good that game one. Running the ball, he looked confident. They got to find a way how to turn the ball over. Like you said, stop Nick Chubb, get something going offensively. They did not make no big plays defensively against the 49ers. I see some turnovers. I don't know how. Maybe tip balls, whatever. Maybe Chubb fumbles the rock. But if they don't make plays on defense, the Steelers are going 0-2. Yo, Guillory, Arizona State, we watching your little Guillory doing this thing. I gotta hang up. I got less than what I thought. Great job as always. You got one word and hurry up.
Fresno State at Arizona State on Fox Sports 1, Saturday, tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific time. Watch the entire team, but pay particular attention to number 1 on defense, number 1 on offense, X Guillory. I'm expecting a big game out of Arizona State. They got some new unis you guys are gonna love with the white helmets. Watch this game. Watch these players, particularly watch this big speedster. Last name Guillory, first name Xavier. The X, baby. Watch the X.
All right, my brother.
Let's go.
Great job.
Let's go,
Great job as always. Let me finish my show up. Let's go Arizona State, and let's get these picks in. All right, my brother.
Take care, Al. Thank you, man. Peace out.
All right, my brother. Thank you, brother. Okay, guys, now we're going to jump in. Great job on MG Raider. Now we're going to jump into our free picks. Hopefully I can, yeah, there we go. We got the clearance. Let's go right now to the Philly boys. Last week, tough week. Squares won. All my guys, including me, we all went 1-2. You know I don't lie on my show, bro. I keep it all the way 100. Let's go to Philly boss. Philly boss likes West Virginia tomorrow. Money line over the Pittsburgh Panthers. It's like minus 135. That means 135 to win 100. He likes West Virginia. He also likes Florida over Tennessee +6. So he likes Florida +6 tomorrow against Tennessee. And his last pick, he likes the Seahawks +5 on Sunday versus the Detroit Lions. So that's Philly Boss's 3 picks for the week. Let me give you Noah Parker's. Noah Parker likes Oklahoma State -7 versus South Alabama. Noah also likes Louisville versus Indiana. He likes Indiana +10. So he's got Oklahoma State -7, Indiana +10, and he likes the Florida Gators first half against Tennessee +3.5. So we got 2 Florida bets going on, 1 for the game and 1 for the first half. So those are 6 picks. Let me give you my picks. Sunday, I'm going to go, that's right, with the New York Football Jets +9 at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys blew out the Giants. They went back home, start making love and all that. And if anybody know the Cowboys, I know the Cowboys. They'll probably win ugly or lose ugly. I don't see another blowout unless Zach Wilson's out there just giving it up to everybody. But I see the defense of the Jets showing up. I see them making plays. I see Zach moving the ball. They're going to try to trim the game up so that they don't get into a shootout with the Cowboys. Move the chains. Breece Hall, Williams, do what y'all got to do. Move the chains, get them off the field on defense, and keep it moving. My second game, I got a money line. Listen to me quick, a 2-team money line. I like the G-Man money line versus Arizona combined with the Buffalo Bills money line. That comes out to -120. So you put 120 to win 100, 1,200 to win 1,000. It's almost like an even line, and you got 2 strong plays. I like the G-Man and the Bills just to win. And my 6-point teaser, the only one I hit last week with the Pats and the Jets. I'm giving out this one. I'm going to go with the Packers from +1.5 to 7.5 against the Atlanta Falcons. And the second half of that teaser, I'm going to take the Seahawks from +5 to +11 at Detroit. That's your 2-team 6-point teaser. There go your free picks. Let me start the spin off. Let the best person win. I hope y'all get money this week, and hopefully we can turn it around. Let me set up real quick. Give me a minute, guys. Like I said, I'm doing everything on my own, so you got to work with me a little bit. Hold on. Let the best person win. Making sure y'all can see it. Okay, round 4, like I said earlier, Ghost is winning with 6 wins. Success 5, beat 4-5, and a lot of people got 4. Even Autumn got 5. So the real dog race, 1 through 20, give away 1 round 4. Let the best person win. I see the Yankees came back. I had the first 5. They fucked me on the first 5. They
lost 2-1. Then they were down like 5-3, and they came back in the ninth. I think they won, but they was up about 2-3 runs. So I didn't see the last out recorded, and I'm pretty sure they won. Okay, 1-2-20. Let me marinate these bad boys. Let's go. Let's get a first-time winner here. I like breaking people in. Let's get a first-time winner. Here we go. On my count. Ball comes out before, ball down, no play. I'm the umpire. Here we go. Giveaway 1, round 4. Let me marinate. Make sure all the balls are marinated equivalent. Okay, here we go. The winner is giveaway 1, round 4. Got a winner. Move this back. You got a winner. Giveaway 1, round 4 winner is number 18. Number 18. Hold on, let me keep it right there. Stop staying still. Wow. Miss Autumn. She just tied first place with those for 6 wins. Miss Autumn is no winner. Number 18, 6-win top, first place with those. Trying to move quick, guys. You got the summary coming up, so don't go nowhere. Yeah, I can rock with that. I can rock with that. 21 through 40. Miss Autumn won. Giveaway 1. Now she got 6 total wins. She might be the second female to win behind Miss Jess. Miss Jess is the first time winner ever. She won round 1. Then we had Raul and my boy Big Tap win the next 2 rounds. Marinate this. My go, guys. 1 ball only. We're not looking for 2 balls. 1 ball. Anything falls out, no good. I'm gonna stay like a foul ball in baseball. Here we go. We marinated them. The winner is giveaway 2, round 4. Got a winner. 2 balls almost came out. Look, it didn't come out, so we got to play. Winner is number 30. Number 30. We got my boy Allen. Allen, oh baby, he gonna be so happy. Allen haven't won in a while. He hasn't really played as much either, but it's been like, I think since like round 3 maybe. Great win for him. He broke the ice down round 4. Salute to Allen. I know he's gonna call for one of them Army hats. He loves the Jets, so I got an Army hat coming to him sooner than later. Summary coming up. I wanted fresh meat, but I can only want. I got no control of what ball comes out, guys. I can only wish and want, but at the end of the day, whatever balls come out is going to come out. That's just how I work. Let me give you a summary. Oh, we finished kind of on time. Wow, that was really good, man. We got out of here. Shout out to MG Raider Games of the Week. We covered 5 games, 6 games. Hopefully we gave y'all the edge on these games, but the free picks are the free picks. Games of the week, we just throw our opinion out there, but the free picks are the ones that we really dial up and hope that those come in. And like I
said, man, a man that don't keep his word is not a man. I mean, you're a male, but you're not a man. So if you want to be respected as a man, you know, you can't be out there stunting, capping, and then you expect people to respect you. That's not going to happen, fam. I'm telling you right now. You can't be capping out there and expect motherfuckers to respect you, bro. Start showing out, baby. You know, learn how to tell the truth, or at least try, bro, because that front and shit, that's played out, my dude. Like, that shit is played out like being a drug dealer, my dude. Like, certain things just end, like the end, like, and, you know, just keep it 100, man, and you see how the respect you get back by keeping it 100. Now, you're going to have a lot of people still not feel you because they still on the other side of the fence with the shit. But once you get people that keep it 100 and you keep it 100, you're going to see how you can elevate with these individuals and start taking your life, hopefully, to another level. But if you capping, everybody going to know you capping, and you're going to wind up where you've been at, and that's why you ain't never going to elevate. And I'm going to leave it like that. Al Your Sports, the raw truth, no drinking and driving. I love you motherfuckers, man. Continue to tune in and go to YouTube too, my brothers. Love.